Join us on a journey through the kaleidoscopic membrane of the mind, where the world beyond meets the world within. Today, we set out to explore subjectivity, the internal lens that shapes how we perceive, interpret, and navigate reality. This is the silent architect of our experience, a bridge between the external and the eternal, and a puzzle that's both deeply personal and universally human. Subjectivity means first-person experience in all its complexity. Feelings, thoughts, aspirations, and fears. Experience is always experience of, yet we have no access to the origin. We must therefore content ourselves with the art of representation. Every sight, sound, or sensation you encounter, say the crimson glow of a sunset or the hum of a distant city, is not just raw data. It's filtered, sculpted, and colored by your body's unique circuitry. Your memories, beliefs, and emotions act like a painter's palette, transforming objective phenomena into a subjective masterpiece. No two people see the same sunset or rainbow. To one, it's a fleeting moment of peace or tranquility. To another, a reminder of loss or moment of silence. This is the very essence of subjectivity. In ancient Greece, philosophers like Plato explored these ideas through the allegory of the cave. He imagined prisoners chained in darkness, mistaking shadows on a wall for reality. Their perceptions were their truth, yet incomplete, for a whole world unknown to them existed outside the cave. Fast forward to the 17th century, and René Descartes declared, "I think, therefore I am," deductively deriving a proof of existence from the musings of a subjective self. These thinkers recognized that our internal representations define our reality, even as they obscure the world beyond. Modern scientific paradigms suggest that subjectivity is an emergent phenomenon of the brain's neural architecture. Sensory input, like light hitting your retina, is processed through layers of neurons, each adding context from past experiences. Your visual cortex doesn't just see a tree, it cross-references it with memories of forests, paintings, or childhood climbs. One theory of brain function, called predictive coding, suggests the brain constantly makes predictions about incoming sensory information and updates these predictions based on actual sensory input. This suggests your brain is less a camera than a storyteller, constantly weaving narratives from fragments of data. Neuroscientists estimate that up to 80% of what you perceive is shaped by these subjective filters and does not exist in the same way in the external world itself. But subjectivity isn't just a passive filter. It's dynamic, like a river carving new paths. We construct from birth an entire universe that lives and evolves inside of us with every new day. There are many as of yet unknown aspects of subjectivity, like how exactly we get a mind from human biology. What is clear is that subjectivity cannot be studied as an isolated object. It must be considered in relation to all the systems that make up its parts. Metaphorically, subjectivity is like a prism. The white light of reality passes through it, splitting into a spectrum of colors unique for each of us. But like a prism, it can distort or limit. A rigid lens, say, when clouded by fear or dogma, narrows the spectrum, trapping us in a monochrome world. Yet a fluid lens, open to new experiences, reveals a richer palette. This is where philosophy meets practice. By embracing diverse perspectives, we can recalibrate our prism, seeing more of reality's hues. Practically, subjectivity shapes everything from art to technology. In design, understanding subjective perception is key. A website's color scheme might evoke trust for one user and unease for another, based on their cultural or personal associations. In artificial intelligence, engineers grapple with subjectivity when training models to interpret human emotions. After all, a smile can mean joy, sarcasm, or even pain, depending on the observer's lens. Even techniques like cognitive behavioral therapy leverage subjectivity, helping people reframe their internal narratives to transform their experience of the world. Historically, subjectivity has been both celebrated and challenged. The Romantic poets of the 19th century exalted the individual imagination, seeing it as a divine spark. Yet modern science, with its quest for objectivity, often casts subjectivity as a bias to overcome. But here's the paradox. Even science relies on subjective minds to interpret data. Every hypothesis, every theory is born from a human lens. Subjectivity isn't the enemy of truth. It's the crucible where truth is forged. Philosophically, subjectivity raises profound questions. If our reality is a projection of our inner world, how do we connect with others? The answer lies in empathy, the act of stepping into another's prism, however imperfectly. It's also a call to humility. My truth is not the whole truth, but a truth among many, one thread in the tapestry of human experience. As the poet Rumi said, beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right-doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. That field is where subjectivity meets universality. So, how do we harness subjectivity? First, cultivate awareness. Notice how your emotions or memories shape your perceptions. Second, seek shocks, new ideas, cultures, or experiences that challenge your lens. Third, practice metacognition. Think about your thinking. Journaling, meditation, or even coding a simple app to track your moods can reveal the patterns of your reality tunnel. Finally, embrace dialogue. Other people's prisms illuminate the blind spots in your own. Imagine subjectivity as a dance between the self and the cosmos. It's the spark that makes you you, flawed, fluid, and infinitely creative. It's the reason a single moment can feel like eternity, or a stranger's glance can tell a story. By understanding and shaping our internal representations, we don't just see the world, we co-create it. So step into your prism, dance with the light, and discover the reality only you can see.